Today we are going to eat like versus real moon ice cream and versus not real ice cream. And also this ice cream, I don't think it's going to taste bad, or I think it's going to taste like the cream cheese. Because I think the moon tastes cheese.
I love that. Hi guys, my name is eCat, and today we have received a package from Nobody Knows. Let me read you the note in really cool pin. Look at that pin, Nobody Knows. And so it says, everyone is invited to watch our live launch at nobodyknows.us, nobodyknows.us, on September 26th, 8 a.m. Pacific time. Enjoy the space food at Nobody Knows.
And this says it comes from space and they fly in the rocket far away to space moon.
Yeah, so this is what we received. Now, I don't know if this is actual space food or some electronic device. I have no idea, but assuming it's space food, we have a comparison here that's starting to melt. We have actual ice cream, which we will compare to the space food ice cream. So we'll see how that goes. So first of all, this is almost completely melted, so we might have to grab another one later on. So we'll see how this goes. Let's put it here.
Hey, you just froze it. Hey!
It's okay, we'll get it later. Open this up, open this up. Now do it in front of the camera. Ooh, it looks like actual space food. There is nothing else here.
Smell it.
Ooh, it does smell like ice cream. You like the smell? It definitely is not melting because it's space food. It's like dehydrated. Ooh, I think there's two parts. Oh, we broke it in half. But that's good because both of us can taste it now. Is there some color there? We're putting like ice cream powder everywhere at this point. Is there some pink? So let's just show it to the camera right now.
There's versus pink and versus white and versus black.
Yeah, there's some like different flavors within this. You want the pink one?
Yeah. Let me taste it.
Okay, guys that Nobody Knows, I hope this is safe for us.
Delicious.
Wow. Does it taste like ice cream too?
Yeah. Can I taste it?
It's very powdery. There's absolutely no water in this.
Yeah.
But it still melts in your mouth with your saliva. It's not bad.
Yeah. Like, the thing is, this tastes like, imagine pink and white. I don't know why it is like this. I know it's the same thing as the picture pink. Can we buy this again?
Well, maybe they'll send us some more space food, I don't know.
Maybe he's gonna give us different things.
Wait, do you really want to compare it? Yeah. I mean, we're pretty happy with the space food. It's pretty good. Now, this is almost all melted. This is the situation right now. I don't know if anyone can see. But I don't think it can replace the real deal.
Let me taste.
Yeah, real ice cream is better. Real ice cream sandwich is better. You're dipping this, but You could totally dip this in something, maybe in milk. Maybe if we dip it in milk, it will be better. Like, it's good, but it's a bit dry. But how do they dry ice cream? I don't get it.
Because the moon is dry.
So thank you guys. And we're ready for the video. Well, how's it going, everybody? Today is the day where we will be learning the giant flower fan. Watch my video on how to break in cards to know what I do. The fun part with this particular deck is I haven't played with it after I broken into it on that video. So this is the exact same condition where I left it. And from this condition, I will be teaching you the giant flower fan. Guys, this is not an easy move. Who should I credit? I can credit folks for the flower fan, but the giant flower fan, I haven't seen many people attempt it, but you could be the one doing it. The first person who will tag me on Instagram performing the giant flower fan will win an uncut sheet of Fox playing cards. Let's get started. The very first thing you need to know is how to perform the flower fan. This is the flower fan. Springing off cards individually into this flower shape. So each card you spring off, it's like a petal. Every time you finish this move, you want to straighten your cards with a lapel spread. That's very important. Although there will be a slight bevel of the cards towards the inside, it's still important that you straighten those out. So this is going to be the grip. This is not a beginner tutorial, so I wouldn't recommend it just to start, but from mechanics grip you're going to go in this cradle grip, shift vertical, and as you shift vertical like this, you're going to get ready to spring off cards from the edge here. So your pinky is on the bottom, providing all the support that you need to be able to execute that spring. Just like a fan, you want to start a little bit earlier because this is going to be the trajectory of the packet. If you move the packet this way, you have much more of a 360 feel because it will end like this. Watch my first fanning tutorial. It's very important for you to understand the center of pivot. In this case, your thumb of your left hand is extremely important for that pivot to happen. So you'll have your fingertips of the left hand just covering the bottom of the deck. Now, what is specifically designed on the Fox playing cards is a reference with the feet of the fox. So you want to have your fingers where those feet intersect, right here. So if your thumb is here, if you wanted to separate the deck in 3 parts, it's on the first top third. But again, do not hesitate to use the fox as a reference. Here, my thumb, because of its size, will go a little bit more on the nose, but will stop at the feet. So that's how I know where to place my thumb, and wherever my thumb is, on the other side will be the other fingers. Sometimes I use all 3. The pinky is a little bit useless on the right hand. So here, you're going to start to press in and put some air in between those cards. So practice just this motion. Practice this motion and not losing your grip. Your index is pushing inside like this and you're building that. So try little by little to start building, spreading off the cards, springing off the cards rather. And you only need the index in the beginning, but then you move it on the side because you will need all your fingers from the left hand to be ready to hold those individual cards, to hold those individual petals, as you can say. So here, before I continue attempting, I'm going to give it a lapel spread to start from a neutral position. It helps sometimes. Now I'm working in a pretty cold studio. If your hands are not completely cold, this will help you. So if it's cold, that's not recommended. So you have a better grip. You're gonna start springing off, and you can see that there's a ton of tension. I'm gonna stop here just to show you. There's so much tension right now on my thumb. And there's also tension on all these fingers because individually they contribute to holding on onto these cards. If you'd like, you can start practicing with a little bit less cards. So now I've removed some cards, and you can see that it's going to be the real estate of your thumb that you need to continue holding on to those cards. So you can see that it's fragile, and a card tends to pop up or fall if it's not in contact with the thumb, because the thumb is really at the core to holding this fan together. These are the tips that I could give you. Obviously, for the giant fan, the giant flower fan, you will need all the deck. I'm going to do this because I really want to start over in that position where the cards are not bent, because that actually helps you. So it's a misconception that you need a super extreme bend to start with. You don't need to. You will put your bend as you go, and then you will start. See how much better that beginning was. So from this side, real quick, so you can see how the grip is. All right, very fragile. You can see where the cards tend to pop. It's actually easier to perform this when it's warm because you have much more grip naturally. So you can see how far it could spread downwards. So it could be a really nice fan. Now it wasn't even anymore. I've released some pressure from the grip, which made some cards drop and not have consistency. So that is what you need to learn to start. And you're simply going to have the cards go back. Gravity is your friend here, and there you go. We are ready to start to tackle the giant fan. There was a cut in the video because I went to the washroom and quickly washed my hands with warm water because my hands were quite cold and it wasn't allowing me to grip the cards properly. So now I feel I have a lot more grip now that I warmed my hands up. Can you see? Grip is much better. So let's start. You will need to know how to faro. Faroing the cards is step number one. It doesn't have to be a perfect split, but it will have to be a perfect weave. So that is how this deck is nice, because traditionally cut cards will weave much easier. Look at that, it's going to be smooth like butter. That's what you need, and you really need those cards to go up to the, or rather down to the feet of the fox from here. So you see that edge, the reference point is going to go right under the feet of the fox. So that's when you know that you've inserted the cards enough. So you hold everything in this position, and there will be a hand transfer in this case, because when I faro it from this side into the deck. If you faro it the other way, then you're already in the grip that you need. But because I prefer to faro and my faro is more accurate, and you can watch my faro tutorial, because I'm going from underneath, I do have a switch of the grip. So I switch the grip here. Now, it doesn't really matter. From here, the same as a regular flower fan. You will need to start that bend. But this is where it's going to be so crucial to respect gravity. I'm gonna try to illustrate it, and it's very difficult to explain here. Gravity needs to work with you. So you cannot start all the way in the bottom, because the cards will, as soon as I release pressure, they'll just fall down right away. So I have to start at this angle. It's maybe, I would say, a 25-30 degree angle upwards for me to be able to start this. And I have the index not go on the top like before, but more towards the bottom, to really curve that bottom and provide a place to really hold the cards, but then I still shift the index away. So I'm here, I cannot start all the way from the bottom angle, but I start here and I go slow and I start springing, and then I move my hand downwards, okay? And I see how much more of real estate I have with that thumb in the back to continue. And in this case, you can see my thumb is not holding these cards at all. I was supporting with the other hand. Quickly, I'm gonna close and start over. It doesn't have to open all the way like a regular flower fan. It is already super impressive that you could have, without any glue, 2 stories of cards coexist so beautifully. So I'm gonna do this again. I do it from this side because this is how my Pharaoh is the most accurate. And if I don't have a perfect weave, I just start over, then perfect weave, great. And the top packet needs to be eaten by the bottom one. It's okay if you have multiple cards here, that's fine. Don't let the cards drop on you if you feel like you already see mistakes. Like here, I do see 1 mistake. I have 2 cards here. If you're practicing, you could just remove that double card. Trust me, that's the first card that's gonna fall. Let me just do this as a demonstration. So I have an imperfection, and you can see what happens to it. Right away, it will tend to fall. You can see where it's falling. Boom, boom. You don't want that. You really need that perfect weave. But you could see that my spread of the cards overall was better. So the biggest tip I have, the pro tip to succeeding at this power move, it's one of those moves that really separate the beginners from those who truly put the time in mastering this. And I have too big of a bend right now, so I'm just going to do this. Perfect. Now I'm going to go ahead, separate the deck, and continue with showing you the consistency level of things. Perfect. So again, my reference point is the feet here, and that's really neat. The fact that I was able to design a deck of cards to allow me to do some moves easier, it's pretty neat. So I really like this, and this is the perfect stock to do it too. Hold on the bottom. You're going to put in this bend. Going to keep it up, because if you go down, it's all going to fall right away, and your left hand is going to move up. See, I left the grip. My index didn't grip any more cards and everything fell. Shall we do a quick pause and start over? From the top, you're splitting the deck for your Pharaoh. You want that perfect weave. Here you can see that it's a little bit imperfect, so that's okay. You start over, separate those cards. There you go. Beautiful. Go up to the fox's feet. In my case, I regrip, but you could be already in the proper position. Squeeze. Control the angle here. You can see I'm losing a little bit of the cards on top from this side, and that just happens. But overall, it's still held for a second there. You really don't want to start in the bent position. And when I cut the video, and you can see a little bit of traces of maybe water, I did wash my hands again to give some warmth to my hands, because this is very important. You do need to feel like you have grip. Otherwise, it's like just soap, just going to slip out of your fingers. Beautiful. We're going to go ahead. Again, the biggest tip I can give you is how far you're going to bring this packet inwards. Use the reference point squeeze, and then move. Ah, I lost one card, 2 cards. Let me try from another angle for you guys. When I show it on video, I actually start right from this point, because that's a nice point to start. And bonus move for you guys, this is something I learned from Dimitri Arleri. You do a lapel spread, but then you drag out a corner. You basically drag the bottom right corner when you lapel spread, and it allows you to create this blank fan. Well, sort of blank fan. Now, I also make it look a little bit easy, but it's a bit knacky. All right, so now that it's back straight, let's get a few good ones. Packet too small. Perfect weave. I take my time to grip it properly. I don't want to stress this point, because if I go too fast, it's not going to be a perfect sit up, and it's not going to set me up for success. That is a beautiful fan. We gotta get multiple angles of this, huh? These cards, once broken in, it's like butter. I love it. Ooh, I feel like I'm losing the card. Let's do it again. See, I feel my hands get colder here in my studio. Maybe I should up the temperature. Set yourself up for success. Break in your cards, powder them, have warm hands. Use the right stock of cards, preferably the fox playing cards. No. And that's it. Whew. That was a tough move, huh? 10 years. So good luck. The first person to tag me on Instagram at ecatmagic performing this move will win an uncut sheet of Fox playing cards. Otherwise, if you want to get the deck, go to ecatmagic.com. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you very soon.